Hello, today's video is in honour of St Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. Now, how can you tell if St Patrick likes your joke? He's doubling over with laughter. Now, on a more serious note, let's learn a bit about who Patrick really was. In the Confession, believed to be written around 452 AD, Patrick wrote, "I am imperfect in many things. Nevertheless, I want my brethren and kinsfolk to know my nature, so that they may be able to perceive my soul's desire." Now, regardless of your spiritual leanings, I think many of us could relate to this statement. None of us are particularly perfect, especially me, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't share what we think and what we believe. Our intent is just as important as our actions, and even if you aren't trying to convert a pagan land to Christianity, we all have some good to offer to the world, so let your light shine out from under the bushel. But who was Patrick? St Patrick was the son of Roman Christian parents in Britain. Now, the Roman Empire was on its last legs, and the legions left Britain around 410 AD, removing the power behind the Roman systems. But St Patrick was probably born around or after this, and then likely lived through the middle of the century. As Britain found its way through the end of the Roman era and into the beginnings of the Anglo-Saxon period. Now, Patrick was captured by Irish raiders. He was taken to Ireland as a slave, which was common practice in those days, and he spent 6 years in slavery where he worked as a herdsman. His great religious fervour was kindled during this period, and eventually he had a dream of a ship that would carry him back to Britain. He took the dream as a sign from God, and he escaped his captors and found his way back home via a few adventures where he nearly starved and was captured a second time. After some time at home, he had another dream where he was compelled to return to Ireland and convert the pagans and bring the light of Christianity. Patrick returned to Ireland and began spreading the Christian faith. He performed baptisms and was instrumental in building the Christian church in Ireland. He was not alone in this, however, and had likely been preceded by a Roman cleric by some years. Over the course of his ministry, he had lasting success and succeeded in influencing and converting many important Irish chieftains and their followers. Patrick certainly had his work cut out for him, and he had many run-ins with suspicious and hostile people. On at least one occasion he was put in chains. On other occasions he found his followers slain or kidnapped by powerful enemies who distrusted his efforts. The Celtic cross appears in archaeological evidence from around the 8th century AD. Early examples include stone-carved grave slabs and were followed by freestanding crosses. Some people attribute the Celtic cross to St Patrick as a combination of the standard Christian cross with pagan symbolism. The idea of a cross within a circle dates back at least to the Bronze Age in various European sites, and these symbols could be related to the sun, the cardinal directions, the four elements, the stages of human life, and other things. While there is no direct evidence that St Patrick had anything to do with the Celtic cross, it was certainly used widely between the 8th and 12th centuries in Christian monasteries across Britain. By the end of the 7th century AD, Patrick had become a legendary figure. One legend is that he spent 40 days and 40 nights fasting on top of a mountain before banishing all snakes, demons, and practitioners of magic into a lake called Demon's Hollow. On another occasion, he travelled with hungry sailors in a desolate area, and his prayers brought forth a herd of swine for them to eat. There are other legendary tales revolving around battling demons, engaging in magical contests with druids, and curing sick kings with holy water to be granted the land on which to build his church. One of the most famous of his exploits, though, was the use of the shamrock as a visual aid to explain the Holy Trinity of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The shamrock is commonly associated with Ireland as its national flower, and is widely used as a symbol for St Patrick's Day in modern times. These are, of course, just legends, and they have little to no evidence to support them. But why did St Patrick drive the snakes out of Ireland? Because he couldn't afford a plane ticket. Here's some more crack for the celebration. What's Irish and stays out all night? Patio furniture. What is a huge Irish spider called? Paddy Longlegs. Why do frogs like St Patrick's Day? Because they're always wearing green. And what do you call a bulletproof Irishman? A ricochet. Now, if you thought those were bad, Here is my rendition of the traditional Irish song Whiskey in the Jar. Happy St. Patrick's Day. As I was going over the far-famed Kerry Mountains, I met with Captain Farrell, and his money he was counting. I first produced me pistol, and I then produced me rapier, saying, "Stand and deliver, for you are a bold deceiver." Masharingamadoogamadar. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. I counted out his money, and it made a pretty penny. Well, I put it in me pocket, and I took it home to Jenny. She sighed and she swore that she never would deceive me, but the devil take the women, for they never can be easy. Masharingamadoogamadar. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. I went into my chamber, all for to take a slumber. I dreamt of gold and jewels, and for sure it was no wonder. Jenny drew me charges, and she filled them out with water, and sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Masharingamadoogamadar. Whack for my daddy-o, whack for my daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. It was early in the morning, just before I rose to travel. Up comes a band of footmen, and likewise Captain Farrell. I first produced me pistol, for she'd stolen away me rapier, but I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Masharingamadoogamadar. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. Now if anyone can aid me, 'tis me brother in the army, and I'm sure I'll find his station down in Cork or in Killarney. And if he'll go with me, we'll go roaming in Kilkenny, and I'm sure he'll treat me better than me old Miss Sportin' Jenny. Masharingamadoogamadar. Whack for my daddy-o, whack for my daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. Masharingamadoogamadar. Whack for my daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar.